Hi, welcome to the market alert for Thursday, the 23rd of January 2025. So shorts get crushed as fear of missing an upgrade takes over. Sell low, buy high. The brutal cycle of volatility funds and shorts caught in the squeeze. Yeah, there's no stopping at the moment. US stocks gain amid strength in tech communications following the Stargate announcement, as Netflix earnings also increased during yesterday. And Nasdaq outperforms on AI investment and Netflix earnings. So there's just no end to these all-time highs, and I don't see any reason why they won't continue for the foreseeable future as well. First 100 days of Trump, and there's we've had wars, we've still got wars, and even during all of that, the markets went up, made new all-time highs. So what is there for these markets to actually reconnect with the fundamentals, the underlying fundamentals of the markets? Absolutely none. When you see AI investment like this, you know that it's taking over. I mean, it just, like I say, it completely ignores what's actually going on in the real world. It is no longer the 1980s or the 1990s when the market would react or abreact to news, but not anymore. It's a matter of just keep pumping the markets to the upside, and you'll see lots of that in today's alert. Thursday's news, we've got the WEF continue with that appalling man Klaus Schwab and his agenda, Canadian retail sales, and then in the US we've got the weekly jobless claims. Trump is speaking at 4 p.m, so more pump of the markets and crude oil inventories. So let's have a look at the markets and kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow, very quiet day yesterday for the Dow, but still making its way to the upside. It's the only market I think we're going to look at today that hasn't made a new all-time high. The S&P, the Dow, the DAX all have, but the Dow will soon catch up. Don't worry about that, and then sail straight through this and continue higher. Yesterday, choppy for the Dow, as you can see there, as the focus was on the Nasdaq technology and the Stargate project. So, but overnight, markets finding support at the DP, the 50 EMA. Just expect higher prices. If anybody can tell me why prices would go down, then let me know, because I cannot see for any single reason, based upon the last 3 years with the war in Ukraine, the Middle East and everything else, when normally that's a bad sign. The economy, inflation, recession, inversion of the yields, and Reeves's budget, and yet the market continues to make all-time highs. So what is going to happen to stop these markets from making new all-time highs? That's the question. And speaking of the DAX, a new all-time high yesterday, 21,334, and overnight already prices continue to move to the upside. Yes, we'll get pullbacks, yes, we'll get corrections, but there is absolutely no rhyme or reason for these markets not to continue higher. We've got an 89 pullback there, market on the DP, and then up to today, we expect the high of yesterday to be taken out. In the daily chart, that's it. It's just 21,334. Same in the S&P as well. If I just grab that one for you. S&P new all-time high, previous 60.99, yesterday 6,100.6, so we're up by a point. Again, it's already poised to move to the upside. So again, support at the DP, 50 EMA, and there's the all-time high now for the S&P, which is likely to be taken out today when Trump speaks at 4 p.m. UK new all-time high, 8584, despite Reeves' catastrophic budget and the impact that it's having on the UK economy. The market is making new all-time highs because the algorithms, the AI and everything else is taking over these sectors. It's no longer connected to the reality of what's going on. It's a case of the elite pumping the money into the markets, knowing full well that they've got full control. And there you see the same thing in the 30-minute chart. The market moved higher. Yeah, we've had a bit of a pullback. Where to? The 200 MA, down to the close, down to the low. But soon have those turned around and moving back up. And again, in the daily chart, you can see it already wants to move back up. So, yeah, interesting times to say the least. But that's the reality of it. Like I say, I can't see any other reason why the market would come down. So in the US dollar, even this is holding now. When it should be falling out of bed. We'd be interested to see if Powell hand is forced to cut rates in the next FOMC meeting minutes as well. Again, interesting times. That's all I can say. Right, let's have a look at the metals. As I've said for the last week, that silver's going to do nothing this year. And there you can see already, it's already sideways. Despite the fact, if we look at gold, getting close to making a new all-time high, the price of silver continues to be suppressed. Again, easy to do with the new AI technologies. The 30-minute for silver yesterday, market down to the DP, shaken out at the usual time, London fix, and then overnight slam it when there's no liquidity. Market now being brought back up, but easy to make a few quid for these traders, tens of thousands, by knowing when the market's quiet and when to actually force its hand and move it lower. Again, we still remain around $30 per ounce, when in 1979 it was 50 in 2011. The only thing in this world that has not gone up during the inflation period and is not above its all-time high. It's incredible, absolutely incredible. But then again, look at the agenda, net zero, and what a joke that is. So, promotion of electric vehicles. Again, what do they need? Silver. How do we get it cheap? How do we suppress the price? And that's exactly what we're seeing. Gold, different thing. Obviously, uncertainty is a hedge against inflation and heading back towards the all-time high. Let's see if it can actually achieve this. Again, the shakeout overnight barely happened in gold, which means that's going to be reflected in the gold-silver ratio. So let's have a look at that. What a surprise. It's moving up and likely to get back to 91 with no problems whatsoever if gold continues to move higher and the price of silver remains sideways and suppressed. It's not rocket science, this stuff, and it's certainly not difficult to see what's going on either. So in yesterday's trades, we can see the market already at the all-time high, making new all-time highs in the pre-markets, winded up to the cash market open. Prices start to move higher and then continue higher once more above the high. Don't be surprised if we start to see this again from 7 a.m. and the market there stopping for a while, then trading sideways. We had a potential sell signal which unfortunately was filled, and then the market resuming to the upside. As you can see, they're finding support at the psychological levels before continuing on the upside once more and then just making new all-time highs. And into the afternoon, we had a bit of weakness, as you'll see in a moment. Prices sell off initially, move back up, and then shoot to the downside. When they got down to here, it was a matter of get out, take the money, because the BRN there was in the way, and you'll see their removal, and then watch what happens with this price bar on the downside. You can see as it completes, it's filled with green. They came back in and bought the market at this level. Prices then drifted sideways, as the Dow did too, and then moved slightly lower there. But if we look at the overnight market, you will see that prices are currently drifting down exactly like they did yesterday. Then they reversed, moved back up, and then took out the high. Where is yesterday's high? Yesterday's high is up here at 21,334. So it's not going to be long before we're at 22,000 with the German DAX. That's another more or less guarantee as well. The first 100 days are going to be interesting. And speaking of Trump, let's have a look and see how his coin's doing. With all of the hoopla the other day, we came in, we made an all-time high on Friday of last week of 73.69, and now we're currently at 37.40. So we're seeing the market cap move down a bit to 7 billion from 15, so a 50% loss on the market cap on his coin in less than a week. Just move this over so you can actually see the price there, 37, 38. No all-time high. Well, we know what the high is anyway. It's just up there. That's 73.69. So yeah, there you go. Amazing, isn't it? Trouser the money and let everybody else pick over the bones with these meme coins. Wow. So there we go. Right, that will do it for this one, as we see what happens today and what unfolds, and watch 4 p.m. with the markets this afternoon. And with that, have a great day, and as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.